Wake up in the morning.
It's the way Singapore wakes up.
Wake up.
Glenn, Angel, and the Flying Dutchman.
Wake up in the morning feeling like
Kiss 92's Big Show.
Good morning, Singapore. It's Happy at Work Thursday. So we have Adrian Choo with us from Career Agility International. Good morning, Adrian.
Good morning, Glenn, and good morning to all our Kiss 92 listeners out there.
Good morning, Adrian.
Alrighty.
What are we talking about today?
Today,
Is it going to be Trump or is it going to be Kamala Harris?
that's the $1,000,000 question, which I think, he's going on air right now, right?
Yes, right now.
Biden, yeah.
Biden, yeah.
Yeah, so, but don't switch off this station right now. No, listen to us. You can listen to it at the top of the hour news later, what he said.
Yes.
Yeah, but today we're going to talk about something a bit more interesting. About yourselves, the three of you.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to ask you some
Okay.
questions in retrospect because half a year has gone, and as we look back about our career that's gone by not just in half a year, but if you look back, so many years of being in the business in different parts of the business, what are your thoughts? And I wanted to just ask you what you think about what has happened so far, and just find out what are some of the things and words of wisdom that you could share. So one of the first questions I want to ask, and I want to ask FD about this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yours up.
Actually, today, can we just talk to FD and
Hey.
because I talk about myself all the time.
This is true as well.
It's interview FD day. No, I want to ask FD. So FD, if you could describe your career in one word, what would it be?
Wow.
Wow, okay.
Time's up.
Next question.
That's your answer?
Wow, how have I been in the business for the past 50 years? That's why wow, right?
Tumultuous.
Tumultuous.
Why?
Because of the roller coaster ride.
I've been with you for most of the ride. It's been so smooth.
And that's why
Actually-
he's been saying it's tumultuous.
No, there have been a lot of ups and downs.
As
What?
with everything.
As with everything. But it's just that I think I felt it more.
Why do you think you felt it more?
Because I'm in an industry that makes us feel. We feel things. So I felt it more. The changing of partners, the moving of stations, the successful shows, the failures, it's made me who I am.
You're just more emotionally sensitive.
Maybe.
Yeah. And you feel things more than,
Maybe.
say, the other person that you've had by your side for a while. Not talking about your wife, obviously. I'm talking about Glenn.
Yeah.
Because Glenn is not. I mean, you are emotionally sensitive as well, but in very, very different ways.
Different ways. Yeah.
You show it more and you feel it more. I feel.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very.
Yeah,
very
he doesn't
true.
express himself on the radio as much.
No, he doesn't have that outlet.
He bottles everything up.
Yes. Yes.
I used to.
And that's why you slip disc.
Everything
It
bursts.
wasn't that
I
slip
think-
in the bathroom.
I think if the reason why I don't, and I'll be very honest, the reason why I don't express myself these days is I feel I'll be judged.
He'll be judged either way.
Not in the past. The past it would be, that's his opinion. It's cool. He's just saying what he wants. Now people will judge you.
He's afraid of getting hate mail.
It's not that. I just can't be bothered to deal with the judgment.
Okay.
Okay. Fair enough.
Interesting. How about yourself, Glenn?
One
Me?
word.
One
What was
word
the question again?
to describe your entire career in one word.
Amazing! With an exclamation mark, Ken?
Double exclamation mark.
Okay, triple then.
Triple.
Okay, we must go to Angel first, and
Yes.
then we will go on the Big Show TV.
How about you, Angel?
I would think unexpected. The paths that I've gone down, because I didn't expect to be in this industry at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what did you want to be when you were growing up?
I think it was either law or education.
Actually, no, I can see you in both.
I feel
Yeah, it was either law or
I can see you in
education.
both.
I feel we're quite similar. I
Really?
really wanted to be a criminal lawyer as well.
Okay.
At one point. So my next question: did you also want to be a nun or what?
No, never.
I want to be a
Yeah.
priest.
Oh, for a minute there, I thought you wanted to be a
Well, he's got the legs for it. If
This
it's the
is
legs.
true.
I would have minded like staying in the nunnery.
Of course.
Okay. Anyway, let's continue to talk to Adrian on the Big Show TV. Meantime, here's Ranga Jones with Divine on Kiss 92.
Cheyenne put that song in.
Okay.
So it's interesting because as you look back on your career, it's like what FD said. It's usually bumpy and tumultuous. And even though he said it was tumultuous and bumpy, and you guys said that, really? And a lot of times people look at your own achievements and they go like, oh, that looked easy to do, but it wasn't.
Never is.
Just like the proverbial duck on the water, right?
Yeah.
You see that he's so calm, but he's paddling like crazy underneath. So I think that's one of the things that we do have to realize, that successful people, in fact, everybody, not just successful people, but everybody, you have to put in the effort, and it's not going to be smooth sailing all the way.
Yeah. But it's how you recover, right?
Yes.
It's just like golf. How you recover through the tumultuous time and through the bumps and all that, and emerge victorious every single time.
That's with everything, yeah.
As much as I said it was tumultuous, I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change anything because I think all those ups and downs and whatever have made it complete
And made you who you are.
and made me who I am. Yeah.
So I'm not a golfer. So my question is this to Glenn. So if you have a bad spell and your handicap goes up, right?
Okay.
How do you get your handicap back down again?
By not submitting your scores, so you get penalized and your handicap goes down.
Isn't that cheating?
No, I mean, look, there was a
Omission
time where
is not cheating.
my handicap went down to 14.
Oh.
Okay, I'm actually an 18 maybe at best.
Okay.
But it went down to 14. But you see, you pay the price
Of
for
course,
that.
yeah.
Because when your handicap goes down to a 14, then you have to tee off the blues.
Okay.
As opposed to the white, which means you go back further, and so you're at a disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, when your friends who are better players are playing from a more advantageous position, and it might look good
start
that you're a
behind.
14 handicapper, but no, you're not a 14 handicapper, and so you're going to humiliate yourself on the course. But to answer your question, if I'm not playing well and my games are bad and I want to improve my handicap, then I have to work harder. Or work smarter.
Which also means that you have to keep getting back into the game again and not give up. Because the moment you give up, that's it. Your handicap, whatever it is, gets stuck at that level.
Of course. But golf is fantastic because you can adopt a different strategy and make some improvements.
That's
But
with
you need to understand
everything.
yourself as well.
That's with everything. I think you can adopt different strategies and make improvements from your mistakes or from other people's opinion or anything else that will bring all that together so that you can be better.
And I think that's what you've been doing as well, right? You've been pivoting from various different areas, different roles as well. How has your journey been?
Well, as I said earlier, unexpected, because I didn't expect, even with this second radio career.
Yeah.
In my career journey, I didn't expect to come back into radio after leaving it in 2010. It was not even in the background of my mind at all. I thought it was just gonna be TV, event hosting, what have you. Business here and there. But then so unexpectedly, when that message came in, straight away I was like, oh yeah, okay. I can do this. I did enjoy it when I did it, but I just never thought I would do it again. And now I'm here. So.
Yeah, the message must have been quite a shock, quite a surprise.
It was a surprise, not so much shock, pleasant surprise, that my name came up.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, okay, I had never considered it before. But yeah, I'll do it because I know how to do it already.
Yeah.
It was just, that opportunity. It's not learning anything. It's just about, physical stuff like the paneling and stuff like that. But
Which you didn't have to do quite, right?
No, I did have to do it when I started back up. Because I was on my own. I didn't have the privilege of a producer or anything. So, but I mean, it's fun learning stuff like that, and then once you get used to it, you're like doing it with your eyes closed. So
yeah, and I think even as for many of us, we still have many years left of work to do. So I had a very interesting question from one of my clients yesterday. He is my age, 52, and he asked me a question. He said, how long more do I have to work in terms of my career? How much more of a runway do I have?
Oh, so he's one of those who actually wants to retire at some point.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people now, like FD, who wants to work till he dies.
Because my belief is different. Like taking it seriously, and I've told you that my outlook on things has changed since the operation, right?
Before that, already he didn't want to retire.
No, I didn't want to.
And
But
now?
now I'm not afraid of it.
Okay.
I'm not afraid of it. And the thought is you keep going until you feel the passion diminish.
And you're
The
not excited. Yeah.
The minute you are not excited about getting up in the morning and going to work, it's time to stop.
But sometimes that might not be your choice. Tomorrow you lose your voice permanently, and that's it.
No,
It's
that's
finished.
a
yeah,
whole
but then the passion is still there. You know
no,
what
but
I
that's a
mean?
whole different thing. I've lost my voice.
Yeah.
I can no longer do this. But as long as you can do it, the minute you feel that passion dip, that's when you seriously start thinking, okay, there are two things I can do. I can try and reignite the passion. If I feel I can't, then I walk.
I think
You
that's
never
a-
wait till it drops to the bottom.
That's a good thing that he mentioned passion, which, I want to ask you, for most people, is it the same? I mean, because for us, we're radio presenters, right? But for people who are in corporate positions and all that, is it the same? We'll talk about that on the radio.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the BKE towards the PIE at the Bukit Panjang exit, look out for an accident. Also on the KJE towards the PIE, another accident before the PIE Tuas exit. Now this is causing congestion to the Sungai Tengah exit. Avoid lane 3. Also on Dunnan Road towards the city after Chancery Lane, avoid the left lane. Another accident has been reported. Wherever you are this morning, please stay safe.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome back to The Big Show TV. Our guest for this morning is the CEO and founder at Career Agility International, Mr. Adrian Choo, and we're talking about passion. Because FD mentioned that, the day he doesn't feel passion for his job here as a radio presenter, that's when he will retire. But if we're talking about positions outside of radio presenting and all that, how important is passion?
Yeah, and one thing I must say is that FD, and in fact all of you guys here, you are very blessed and very fortunate that you're doing something you're very passionate about. And you're in an industry that you've been very passionate about. If you look at your own career history, it's always revolved around this space because you just love the buzz, you love the business, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not everyone gets that level of passion at their work. And it's okay if you don't. If you're an accountant, if you're a finance manager, not everyone's going to be so passionate about numbers. Yeah, let's redo this pivot table and let's work out the tax numbers again. It's like, I don't think many people will be doing that. Okay. So it's okay not to be passionate about the work that you do. And therefore, and I'm very against people saying that you must be passionate about your job, because you don't have to. If you are in a job you're passionate about, you're lucky. I think what you need to do is you need to find what you love about your job and how it affects the people around you. Then you will find meaning in the work. So I would move away from looking at passion, but look at meaning. What's the meaning?
Little
for you?
sparks in your day, right? That can actually
correct.
put a smile in your face.
So it's like, for instance, if you're a nurse, right? If you're a nurse, it's all about helping people. And that's the meaning of it. You may not be passionate about cleaning someone's butt after they've pooped.
Yeah.
Right? But helping the person be more comfortable.
Because they're not able to do it themselves.
And I just want to take this opportunity to say a big thank you to all the caregivers
Yes.
and the nurses, who might be tuned in right
Amazing
now.
job.
On the way to work, go tell all your colleagues, that you are much loved and much appreciated.
Yeah, even caregivers that are hired for home care.
Yes.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
a tough job.
That's a tough job, I have one in my parents' home, and it's hard because your environment stays the same all the time. With nurses and all that, they get to meet different people, go for lunch, whatever it is. But the ones that stuck at home, they have
That's
like
tough.
one day off every 2 weeks or every week. It's a lot of work.
So that's why don't find passion in your work, because passion can be fleeting, passion can be temporary. but find meaning in the work that you do. Like you guys, that's what I always say. The work that you do is you go on air, but the meaning of it is that people listening,
Correct.
you bring a smile to everyone's face.
Yep, the purpose.
The purpose.
The purpose.
Just joy.
It's like I've always known, every time I open my mouth, people listen, everyone becomes intelligent.
That is your purpose.
That is my purpose.
Okay. Well, Chester has come on YouTube. Good morning, Chester. He's asking you, Adrian, what advice would you give to a fresh graduate about joining a desired industry? Is there a secret recipe for that?
I think, Chester, good question. The thing is, what industry you want to move into? And I think what's really, you have to have a plan. If you want to get into IT technology, for instance, if you are still studying university, what projects can you do to get exposed to that space? What achievements can you make to get into that space? So, for instance, can you win competitions in that space? Can you do your coding competitions? Can you network with people who have been in that space before? So, one of the things which I really like to do, like to recommend young individuals, is that if you are still studying and you don't have that big a network yet, ask your parents, ask your church friends who are older than you, ask your alumni. So, for instance, if you're from a secondary school and you know that, or a uniform group and you know your seniors, this senior is in the medical field now, maybe I should just reach out to this person and just talk. So, leverage your networks if you can, but do a lot of homework and build your portfolio around the industry you want to get into.
Okay, that's some good
That's
advice.
great advice.
Or even intern in that space and find out whether you really like it or not. You might end up hating it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue to talk to Adrian on The Big Show TV. It is 8:16.
Kiss 92 Time Check brought to you by Putian. Juicy, sweet.
Nazir Al-Sagaf.
Hey,
has-
Nazir!
Is this
Morning.
your friend Nazir?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, he's
He's an
watching us on
accountant.
YouTube. He says, if you
Oh.
love what you do, why retire?
Yeah. Oh, there you go. I think he's backing FD.
Yeah, it sounds
I've
like
told
it.
him. I've told him about FD.
Sounds like
So
it.
yeah,
Sounds
if
like
he
it.
enjoys what he does, then just
Why stop?
just carry on.
Chester had another question. I'm not sure who this is directed to, but he says, what was the driving factor behind the career that you have? I guess it's for any one of us. Was it coincidence or passion that drove us to where we are now?
It was the money. No.
Can't be just the money, because
no.
if you don't have the X
Oh my
factor to
goodness.
speak, then,
Radio DJs don't earn
yeah.
that much.
Yeah, not
I
as much as
definitely
people
did
think.
not do it for the money.
I have passion now, but that's not what drove me to succeed in the beginning.
No, was it a coincidence that you got driving factor behind the career that you have, not the success that you have, the career that you have? What made you join? Was it by coincidence, or did you just fall into it, or did you
I fell
aim
into it.
for it?
I fell into it. But what kept me going at it, and this is interesting because it was not passion in the beginning, it was proving my father wrong.
The passion to prove him wrong.
Because back in the day, entertainers were bums. You did it because you couldn't do anything else.
Yeah, it was not
And
a real job.
It wasn't a real job, and I was determined to
But
make him swallow his
But you
words.
never knew you were going to be a radio DJ. Like you were a club DJ. That's what you were.
Yeah.
Entertainer.
You were never a radio DJ until someone discovered you, right?
It wasn't the time difference between the two wasn't that far apart. But yeah, what drove me was proving a point.
Yeah. So many club DJs wanted to be radio DJs.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yes.
But
lots.
but they didn't make it. Right?
No,
Yeah.
because they can't really speak.
It's a different skill set, isn't it?
It is
Yes.
a different,
It is,
right?
completely
Yeah.
different skill set.
Yeah.
Completely different.
It is.
And even the skill set I had in my day and the skill set the DJs have today, completely different.
Yeah, of course. Everything's automated now, and everything's
No, now you have to be. You've got to be very intelligent now. We could rely on our voice, we could rely on humor, we could rely on intro, outro. Now your music speaks for you. So you've got to have this level of intelligence and understanding of who's in front of you.
I'm not sure about level of intelligence.
I
though. I've seen
disagree.
some of the DJs.
I
I'm like,
disagree.
they do exactly the same
You
as
take
they
the
were.
DJs of today and you put them.
They wouldn't be able to do what you guys did.
No. The
I
crowds were different.
yeah, of course.
Wait,
but
are
that-
we
that-
talking about club DJing?
club,
or-
club DJs,
Club
yeah.
DJing, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Of course.
I see. Okay, I think I get what he's
Crowds
talking
are always
about.
different.
Yeah, because you feel in terms of I mean, they don't need to mix
No.
anymore.
What I'm
And-
saying is they have to understand concept of club. They have to understand who's in front of them. They have to understand because music talks.
But it spoke back then as well.
No, back then a lot of it was the entertainment of the DJ. He would speak.
Oh,
he would,
so these
Yeah,
days,
yeah.
these
play-
days DJs
he would
don't
speak.
speak.
He
But
would
it
anymore.
says
play
they have to be
percussion.
smarter. I'm not sure about
Now
that.
they
Never
need
mind.
to be
We,
really
Okay, yeah.
we
smart.
belong to that era.
That's
so
true.
okay,
We were
this
never
is, this is
DJs,
how,
so yeah.
you know, you
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
okay,
Okay.
so be it.
Okay. Let's agree to understand you.
Yes.
So one other question now. What's maybe ask Angel? What's the most memorable piece of feedback anyone has ever given you?
Feedback.
Could be good, could be bad.
Oh, wow. Oh,
I'll give you some time to think about it. Let me tell
Okay.
you what mine was. Okay.
okay.
I had when I was back in corporate, my boss's boss. She saw how I interacted with the people, my teammates and everything. She came up to me and she said, "Adrian, you're too friendly with the staff.
Oh.
Yeah, you should not fraternize with the help." And I was like, "What? Seriously?" Yeah, she said, "No, if you want to achieve that level of corporate growth to the next level, you cannot be too friendly with them. You got to show them who's boss. You got to step on toes." And that was the feedback I got from her, and I was like, "No, I don't agree with that." But it was a memorable piece of feedback because I didn't agree with it. It was a negative feedback, or maybe to me it was a positive feedback that I'm nice because I am always nice, right? But it was an interesting piece of information that came, and I was like, I don't know where that was coming from, but that was her style actually. But she was very effective at what she did. She was right at the top of the corporate ladder. And I suspect that's what is needed to get there in that organization.
I guess the most useful piece of advice you said,
Yeah,
or
feedback. Yeah.
that's ever come would be every time somebody said something I was not aware of. For example, don't interrupt. Don't, you know, when it comes to speaking, I'm just talking about like this realm here. Don't use ums and ahs. Don't speak just for the sake of speaking or to hear your own voice. You know, so it little things that come like that, and they still do. I try to take on mindfully. You know what I mean? So it always happens. It's not the one thing that I hear that affects me. It's the things that allow me to improve each time I hear it.
So you're actually quite receptive to feedback.
She's very good,
I
actually.
feel
Yeah, yeah, she's
I
very
want to
good.
be. I mean, sometimes I feel a bit like taken like, oh, really? You don't think what I just did was nice? Okay, but okay, you know, people have their opinion. So I try to go back and like maybe wallow in self-pity for a little bit and then go, oh, you know, okay, maybe that sounds like a good idea. So I try to adapt. Yeah.
Okay. How about yourself, Glenn? What's the most interesting piece of feedback you've received in your entire career?
From the fans or what?
Or anyone?
Stuck with you, I suppose.
Stuck with you, yeah.
Well, the thing is, you know, when I was doing like my late night show years ago, right? So I was there for the people who were studying, you know, staying up to study and all that. So eventually, when they went to the university and they graduated and all that, and I would meet them on the streets, they would always credit me for keeping them going.
Oh, wow.
You know, at night,
That's
and how
sweet.
they would listen in every single night because I turned it into like a soap opera. So it was there would be a cliffhanger after you know, after each night at 2 a.m.
Oh, wow.
Cute.
Wow.
Yeah, with you know,
Your characters.
that dark theme, Kamina Burana.
Oh, right.
Well, I don't know. Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, and that characters and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So it was it was
a
funny
show.
and it was dramatic
Oh, wow.
as well. Yeah.
I don't think radio
they would credit me for that.
radio doesn't have that anymore. You know, that kind of theater of the mind. Because even when our parents were growing up as well, they would listen to stories on the radio, and then it moved into your time.
Yeah.
And now you have YouTube, you have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have TikTok, you have all that.
So people are a bit more distracted. They don't
Very
listen for like
distracted.
4 hours at a stretch, you know, in
Yeah.
terms of time spent listening.
And if
So,
they're bored, they're done. Out.
yeah.
You know, there's so much other stuff out
And
there.
in those days, you can't like skip tracks.
No,
right?
you
On
can't fast
So
forward.
now on Spotify, you can just, okay, next I'm bored. Okay,
Yeah.
next I'm
And then
bored.
you can listen to it at 1.5. I tried that the other day.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that you could speed things up, right?
What?
And I'm-
How do you
What's the
find it?
point, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I've tried it and I'm like, but why are people in such a hurry to listen to these things?
No.
It jars me.
Some people speak very slowly. If you were listening to
Okay.
a British guy on podcast, it's like, okay,
Get to the
1.5,
point.
1.75 is okay.
Right. But yeah, I think I still come from that school of thought that let everything take its process and let things happen at that time. I love watching credits on movies and
Oh,
stuff.
really?
My husband would just be like, skip.
Yeah, I don't.
And then at the end of the movie, when the theme song comes
Yeah,
on
yeah,
or
yeah,
something,
yeah.
now he looks at me. And I'll look at him. I'll just watch TV and then I'll go, okay, fine. But I like.
That's all
I like
women do, right?
watching-
They train their men, you see. Like, they train their men.
So now he like looks at the corner of his
Yeah, okay,
eyes like,
can
is she
I?
ready? Can I switch it
Can we
already?
move on?
But I mean, the platforms have allowed us to do that.
Yeah, that's
Right?
That's right.
Nowadays, they don't even let you watch the credit. It's just like next episode is starting to roll already.
Yeah.
You know?
But if you do want to watch the credit, you can.
you can go
as
back
well.
and stop
Just
that from
highlight the
happening.
box and okay, you can continue
You're
to
I
watch the credit.
I was explaining to my daughter how in the old days we would have to wait for next Tuesday's episode at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just to get a resolution to the cliffhanger.
But fun, right?
It was fun.
It was fun.
It's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun. But
Okay,
now-
hold on. Let's go back on the radio.
Kiss 92 traffic.
Some vehicles having trouble out there. The first is on the KPE towards the ECP before Buangkok Drive exit. Look out for a broken down vehicle. Also on the SLE towards the CTE, a vehicle has stalled at the Lentor Avenue exit. If you spot anything else, it's 8855
Good morning and welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for this morning is Adrian Choo from Korea Agility International.
And FD, what's the most interesting piece of feedback anyone has ever given you on your career?
Don't let it go to your head.
Did it ever?
Oh, in the beginning, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought I was untouchable.
Wow, see?
And I made some horrible mistakes.
Oh wow.
And I will never forget walking up to Victor Koo and telling him what I thought.
About what? About
The
him?
way he did something.
Oh.
How old were you then?
I was like in my 20s.
Oh wow.
And he had been in the industry for longer,
He
right?
was already a legend.
Oh wow.
Good old Victor.
I was king of the hill, right? I was the new kid. And
Wow.
he turned to me and he said, when you've done this as long as I have, and you've made the mistakes I have, then you come and tell me that.
What did you say to him, though?
Until then, shut up.
What did you say to him, though?
I said, Victor, you could have done that better.
Oh.
But you see, FD is actually like that, which is why I feel like he's very, very lucky, you know, because there's so many other people with that kind of attitude and at that age, you know, who will just be brushed off.
But I don't see
Because-
him saying anything like that to people now.
No, but look,
No, but in my 20s, I would
Yeah,
have,
I'm sure, yeah.
you know, even when I first got to know him, and it's been close
Yeah,
to
yeah.
25 years
Yeah.
ago. We're all different as we age.
Was
right?
he cocky back
He's-
then?
FD is always cocky. You know what he's talking about. You know what I mean? There's so many other people with that kind of attitude, you know, and the selection process in order for you to be a radio presenter is that you have to have a good attitude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the reason why many people were rejected. And I'm so surprised they accepted FD.
And he's still here.
And I'm still here. Cockiness pays off every once in a while.
Okay, let's continue to talk to Adrian on The Big Show TV. Here's Teddy Swims with Funeral on Kiss 92.
We've got a very interesting comment from Linus on our Facebook page. He said, you might have passion in a job, but the toxic colleagues and bosses make you lose it. It's all about survival of the fittest and stepping on the weakest.
Oh, stepping on the weakest. Like
I've heard
cockroaches.
survival of the fittest.
Wait, this is in the working
working-
world, huh?
But stepping on the weakest?
But that happens a lot. I mean, I'm sure Linus is not advocating it.
No, he's not. He's just saying that's the way it
but
is.
that's the way it is.
Dog
In
eat
some
dog
companies,
world.
in some companies it is. And especially now with the threat of retrenchments going on, downsizing, restructuring, everyone's just fighting for their own job.
Why do you need to step on the weakest, though? I don't get
Because
it.
in order to stay in your job,
Yeah.
you just have to take your competition out.
But the weak is not your competition. That's
Exactly.
the thing.
But
But
How-
the weak can grow to be strong.
No.
no, the
So
weak.
it's-
oh, no.
You've been watching too many dramas. What, Korean drama?
Yeah, the Korean
Korean
dramas,
drama.
it shows you.
You're like,
every
let's shoot them down before they grow.
It's this mentality, and I don't subscribe to it. That's why I never liked my time in corporate. Okay, there's this old story about the one about the two hikers in Yosemite Park, and they were staying in the tent, and there was a bear outside at 2 a.m. And the first guy gets up and he puts on his shoes, and the second guy says, "Do you think you can outrun the bear?" He said, "No, I just need to outrun you."
Which is true.
So I don't have to outrun the bear, just need to outrun you. You're going to be eaten by the bear.
That's a great
So
attitude.
a lot of times in the corporate environment, they feel that way. It's like, I don't need to be the best, but as long as you are a
I'm not
bigger
the
target,
last.
I'm not the last.
yeah.
That guy's gonna get it. So maybe that's why Linus says that in some environments, stepping down, and that's
see.
terrible, toxic type of culture. And then the big question is, what can you do about it? And
Yeah.
and if you really can't take it, I would say look for options. Look for an exit.
It shouldn't even be in your mindset, step on the weakest. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
you have a question?
Geraldine has a question for the three of us because we've been in the industry for so long. We started young. How do you keep engaged in the industry?
Be engaging or
No.
keep
How
ourselves
do we
engaged?
keep ourselves engaged in this industry? That's a.
So keeping ourselves relevant, almost. Okay,
Yeah.
WhatsApp comments. Hold on, let me have a
Yeah.
look at WhatsApp.
Who's asking that question?
Geraldine, is this your
Sorry,
cousin?
I'm
She's asking
replying.
us, how do we keep engaged in the industry? To me, I have had an advantage that's helped me stay engaged. I've never worked alone. And working with partners, no 2 days are the same. So every day is different, and that's
This is
how
true
you
as
stay.
well.
That's how you stay engaged.
Yeah.
Because every day is a different challenge. Every day is a different joy. It's never the same because you're not alone.
Yeah, I feel to keep myself engaged, I mean, I get to come into the studio every morning. I try and change my mindset and say, I have to go into work. So I get to come into the studio, and every day is different with these two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even
Correct.
though we're the same
Yeah.
group each day.
Like she's our mom. Oh no! That didn't come out right.
said that out
We're like,
loud.
no.
Yeah.
It's like no.
Some
No,
things you
he's
just
our
whisper,
dad.
just whisper.
We are his.
Yeah, more so. Yes,
children.
thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
and of
children.
course he has his grandchildren in
The two
Shalini
girls.
and Cheyenne.
Yes.
Sometimes it does feel that way.
But even with hosting jobs, even if I'm doing it alone, in fact, I like working alone when it comes to stage work. But every client is different. Every audience is different.
Yeah.
You don't read the same script twice. So our job or our chosen careers, our chosen responsibilities, we get to get a lot of variety.
Yeah.
Can people find that in the corporate world?
I think sometimes you need to look for it. You need to look for it. Sometimes the work that you do just gets so darn boring. Then you need to spice it up a little bit. Ask for interesting projects. If there is a cross-departmental project that's going on, you say, okay, can I have a go at that? Some people even put their hands up and say, hey, this year's annual dinner and dance, let me just take part in it just to interact and mingle with people from other departments. So I think there's what Yen calls your extracurricular activities, which you can try.
Speaking of dinner and dance, Louis has said, hi G and FD, kudos to your wow and amazing career as my favorite DJs. The most remarkable moment I had with you guys is when both of you hosted as MCs for my junior college dinner and dance back in 2000.
Wow.
Now,
24 years ago.
now my 4-year-old says, wake up feeling good to Kiss 92. How sweet is that?
Very, very, very sweet.
Very
And can I just say, you said you love working on your own, solo, like for
stage
shows.
events and stuff like
Actually, it's easier that way. I do believe, like, it's
On your
easier
own.
to be in control.
Yeah.
But I love working with FD, you know why? Because he will just
Do
talk. I don't have
everything.
to do anything.
And he does all the games and everything.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
So it's easy money when I'm working with him. Okay, FD, carry on. What do you want to do? Oh, okay. You tell me what to do. Oh, you want me to take a towel and dab your perspiration? Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
sure. You
No
need a
problem.
drink? Okay, we have actually a question from Dr. Jerry.
Oh, hi, Doctor.
Dr. Jerry, good
Dr. Jerry.
morning. Dr. Jerry.
Good morning,
yes.
Jerry.
So Dr. Jerry
What are you
has-
wearing this morning, Jerry? Sorry, go ahead.
Awkward silence.
Like, is it a
Okay,
white
next.
blouse? Is it a navy blue blouse? What? That's what I was asking. No. Is she on? Really? Is she listening?
Yes.
Good morning,
but
Jerry.
that's inappropriate. Okay.
What do you mean?
Dr. Jerry has said, how do you break routine and not feel jaded? Oh, okay. Might be for us. Or for anyone, having been in this industry for so long, especially since young ones these days tend to career hop. So I guess she's asking us, how do we not feel jaded and we break the routine? I guess that was kind of answered with, how do you keep feeling engaged? By the way, Dr. Jerry says, I'm in a black dress.
See? Thanks, Jerry.
I think for me, I'm lucky because I have work outside.
Okay, hang on.
We'll answer
Let's
that
go
when
to
we come
traffic.
back.
Yeah. I'll ask it again on
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Kiss 92 traffic.
Taking a look at the BKE, heading towards the PIE, an accident has been spotted right before Bukit Panjang Road's exit. Also on the KJE towards the PIE, another accident before the PIE Tuas exit. This is causing a backup to the Sungai Tengah exit. Avoid lane 3. That's it for now. Wherever you are, stay safe.
Good morning and welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for this morning is Adrian Choo from Korea Agility International. And if you would like to get in touch with him, you can do so at info, that's INFO, at koreaagility.org.
So, Adrian is one of our contributors on Thursdays, and we also have another contributor on Tuesdays, which is our Therapy Tuesdays with Dr. Geraldine Tan, who is actually tuned in right now, and she's come on to our WhatsApp platform and asked, how do you break routine and not feel jaded having been in this industry for so long? I think she's talking to us.
To us. The way I do it is because I have businesses outside of this industry. Well, within the industry, but outside of this job. And it's a different side of the industry. Then there's also stage work. So this breaks things away from what I do on a daily basis on the show.
Different facets of
Which
it.
is why I do understand the youngster today and that whole sideline that they want. You know, that
The hustle.
The hustle. I understand the hustle completely.
But we're all hustling our entire lives. So don't you want to stop hustling?
No.
Oh, I see.
It's what keeps
Yeah,
me
I
going.
eventually do want to stop hustling.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
When I retire, I'll stop it. But while I have the ability to do it, it's exciting.
Oh, but now you have no ability to do it anymore. Because you can't jump around on stage. At least for this point.
Okay,
At
no,
this point,
but-
until you recover.
But stage is ever evolving. I don't have to be a jump around on stage MC.
You can sit on the stage.
It's ever evolving. I go into the more serious gigs. You know, it's an evolving thing. But it's still that side hustle. It's still that exciting thing to do. And that's how you don't get jaded. But here at SPH, as with my jobs before, it's only when I feel I cannot go any further that I move. Because to me, above everything else, loyalty is number one. I know we've said loyalty does not exist, but in my mind, loyalty is number one. You don't leave until you cannot do any more.
Right. He's in a class of his own because he really actually enjoys going on stage and hosting. For
Yeah.
me, no. I just enjoy making the $1,000 an hour.
That's true.
That's what I enjoy.
Yes,
You know
I
what
see
I'll
the
do
difference.
the best job I possibly can, but it's the $1,000 an hour that I love.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I love the
I would
money.
rather be entertained.
I love the money, yes. John has come on and said, "Hi, Adrian, love listening to your insights. I would like to ask for a mid-career switch. I'm a 48-year-old from the construction industry, and I want to go into IT. What is your advice?"
There are lots of good courses out there in by Skills Future Singapore. So, John, I think you can go have a look at it. But one thing is, when you say you want to go into the IT industry, it's a very long stretch. There is what you want to go into data analytics, or do you want to go into programming, or whatever it is. Understand which piece, because just simply saying I want to go into IT is just too broad. Narrow it down, and you can always drop me an email if you want. If you need any advice, I'm happy to just bounce some ideas off you as well.
info@careeragility.org.
Okay. Any more?
No, that's it for now.
Questions?
That's it for now from WhatsApp.
Okay. By the way, thank you, Jerry, for the question.
For tuning in as well.
That's
Thanks,
right.
Jerry.
And that's one of the reasons why I think we also look forward to coming in every morning, because of people like yourself,
Yeah.
Adrian. I think our show is very, very different. Not only are we putting out, our views and all that, your views, your advice, just makes everything so much more interesting. And when Jerry comes on the show, on Tuesdays, and Nat comes on to give us some tips in terms of working out, Sito tells us what to eat.
Yeah, nobody does what we do, that's for sure.
Okay, let's continue this conversation with Adrian on the Big Show TV. Meantime, here's Lil Nas and Jack Harlow, Industry Baby, on Kiss 92.
It's like all this music was planned for
Yeah,
us.
you don't say. Ben has come onto our Facebook, and it's something I want to address because I've heard it over and over again.
Is this that Ben? It's
Ben
like,
Lou.
everybody, I'm Ben.
Oh no, this is
Ben
Ben Lou.
Lou.
Ben
Ben,
is on
okay.
every time, yeah.
Ben says, and I disagree with this a lot. When your bank is fat, then the options become easy. A lot of people say, you got money, life is easy. I disagree.
Life is easier.
It's
You
easier.
need to appreciate
Yeah.
Because the rich just have a different set of problems. That's all.
That doesn't
but
mean-
they have problems.
No, yes, but I think
They have
when you
problems.
have money, when your finances are sorted, you get to focus on things outside of that. But when your finances are not sorted, and we know it's very important, you worry about everything that's going on, plus how you're going to feed your
Granted.
family the next day.
Granted.
So it is easier
It's
with money.
easier, but it's not easy.
No, it's not easy. Of course not. Everybody's
not
got their own set of
easy.
problems.
It
Yeah.
can be life if you manage it well.
If you manage your life
If
well,
you've got to
yeah.
manage your life.
Yeah, not so much the money, but
Yeah.
life. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Adrian.
It was just
What
a-
was the question? Oh,
No, it was
No,
just a
just a
comment.
comment.
I
comments,
wanted-
right? Okay.
That was Ben's question.
Yeah.
Ben Lou.
Ben's comment.
So I agree. I agree with FD. It's money. Money doesn't make you happy, but it can make you happier.
Yeah.
Yes, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Absolutely.
And I used to have a boss, old British guy, and he used to tell me, money solves problems. Sometimes you just can throw money at a problem, and the problem will go away.
For some problems, yes.
For some problems, yeah. It's like if it's a corporate issue or anything, just throw money until it's off. And it's therefore good to have money. So a younger me was going like, okay, that's an interesting insight. So we were, for instance, we were having an issue where my dad wasn't feeling so well. This was way back when, and the helper wanted to go back home, and I was troubled, and I was thinking, how do I convince her and everything? And he told me, he said, just throw money at the problem, just offer her an extra couple $100,
And she'll stay.
and she'll stay. And then I said, but that's expensive. Then he said, what's the cost of her leaving? You see? Just give her more money, keep her happy, and until you find a replacement.
Yep.
Yeah, and then while she's happy, you get to go do whatever it is, and you're
Yeah.
not so stressed.
Yeah. So it was an interesting concept of throw money at a problem until it goes away or until it solves by itself. So having money does help.
There are some things that,
Yeah, it does
It's
help.
easier, but
help.
it doesn't make it easier.
I mean, if you think about it, a lot of people with financial
FD, give me all your money, FD.
with financial problems, it breaks relationships.
Oh, it does.
It breaks families.
It does.
People end lives because they can't pay their bills and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
mean, sure, if you put money into the equation, they will still have some problems, maybe with
Yeah,
their marriage or whatever it is. But at least they don't have to think about that part of
The
it.
best,
That's
the,
right.
the best money advice I ever got was from one of my mentors when I was very young, and she told me, "Do not spend money you don't have
Yeah.
on things you don't need to impress people who don't care,
yeah.
Who don't matter, yeah.
who don't matter to you."
Yeah.
So why drive a super fancy car
Yep.
that's way out of your reach? And at the end of the day, it's you're just financing the loan to impress someone who people who probably just go, "Oh wow." But, yeah, so
For a
so-
split second, right? They're like,
Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, and the people on the road, people
Yeah.
on the street, they go like, "Wow, nice fancy car," and you don't know them, they don't know you. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So for me, it's always about spending money on things that matter, which usually is experience rather than things.
Yeah.
So
Material.
I would rather spend a huge chunk of money bringing my family on a holiday at the end of the year than to buy some expensive fancy watch which I cannot appreciate, which I'll probably break in half in about 2 weeks. That's why I don't wear watches. I'm just terrible.
Oh, not even a.
No,
an
no,
Apple
Smart
no,
watch.
no, I
He
don't
doesn't
wear,
wear
I don't wear a
watches.
watch because I'm very rough with them.
Okay.
I'm just terrible. I do not know how to take care of my things. So I once bought I was once given an expensive pen, and I left it in the taxi.
Oh,
I
So
was
you-
given that. I didn't buy it.
So you can't. Luckily, you're not like FD. FD collects pens.
So
Okay.
you have to have as little as possible extra stuff
Very
on
FD.
you.
His pen wasn't as expensive as your pen. I'm sure.
Let's case in point. Case in point. You notice I did not bring my water bottle up. I left it
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
in the washroom downstairs.
Oh,
So I need to go back.
you really did?
Yeah, just now only. I was looking for what. I just left it there. So I'm that absent-minded.
So you all this time you've been sitting here thinking, where is my water bottle?
Yeah, I'm
And
thirsty
he's trying
now.
to trace.
Yeah, I
back
left
to
it
say, oh
downstairs.
shoot, I was in the
How
middle.
much is your water bottle?
It's
That's not the point.
No, wait, I'm just
it's a free.
just tell me how
It's a-
much is your water
It's
bottle?
a freebie. So
Okay,
You
so
see-
you see that's fine. FD owns, for example, if you're talking about like pens and all that, he has a Mont Blanc, okay, a Gandhi pen. It's got, I think, the face of Gandhi down there, and I think it's
No, it
worth
doesn't.
something like $50,000 or something.
Oh wow.
I think his entire pen collection is in the hundreds of thousands.
Are they in at least in a safe, or where are they?
they are an especially built cabinet. Yeah.
Cabinet. Okay. Tell us which part of the house it's in. Which block do you live in again?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. No, I
He's
mean,
got watches
that's what
But you see, for me,
collectors,
it's
yeah.
different. I actually enjoy a Saturday morning taking out the watch, the pens, polishing them.
Yeah, it looks like something you would enjoy
Nice.
doing.
It's
Nice.
what I enjoy doing. You know.
No, and if you
it's
enjoy it,
special.
it's wonderful.
It's special
It's
to
wonderful.
me.
Yeah.
How long do you take to sit there on a Saturday morning and clean
I-
your pens?
I can't do it in one sitting. So
Okay.
He's
Wow,
got
that's
that
how many
many.
pens.
Yeah, he's got
I
that
can't,
many.
I can't do it
Wow.
in one sitting. So I'll probably spend 2 hours, 2.5 hours on a Saturday morning. Yeah.
Nice. Lego set for you for Christmas. You can sit every Saturday putting pieces together.
I'll tell you what got me interested in this one. Totally different from our topic. I watched a man draw a Mont Blanc pen
With a Mont
on
Blanc
an,
pen.
on an easel with a fountain pen, and all he did was he wrote Mont Blanc, Mont Blanc,
Oh,
Mont Blanc,
yeah.
Mont Blanc.
Wow.
And when he was finished, the entire pen was there.
Yeah,
That fountain pen, was it a Mont Blanc as
It
well?
was.
It was, I'm sure it was, yeah.
So it was a Mont Blanc commercial.
It was at a dinner sponsored by.
Mont Blanc event, yeah.
Oh wow. How big was that painting? Was the picture was like? It's a lot of.
4 feet, maybe.
Oh wow.
And he did it in the course of an entire dinner.
Oh wow.
So yeah, to me, a ballpoint pen is rubbish to me. It must be a fountain pen.
See, why must you
No,
say
it's just
things
me.
like that?
No, it's me.
There are ballpoint pen collectors listening
There
in
are,
right
there
now
are.
as well.
And-
Kilometrical. Kilometrical.
I have one at home, by the way.
Kilometrico. Do
That's
they
a
still
classic.
sell those?
Yes.
Kilometrico.
Yes.
Really?
Wow.
You can go to Mustafa. They have them in Mustafa.
I haven't been to
And-
Mustafa
and-
in decades.
What is Mustafa?
And the tagline for that is, it writes thousands and thousands of
Thousand
words.
words,
Yes.
Still remember the
Kilometrico. Wow.
Yes, yes.
Oh my.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay.
It's interesting.
Kilometrico pen.
That was the go-to pen in school.
It
okay?
was.
What was the other one? Big, yippee!
I don't remember that one.
That was even older than Kilometrico.
That's BIC, B-I-C.
Yeah, BIC. Big, yippee!
Papermate Kilometrico.
Papermate.
Is it
Yes,
by Papermate?
Papermate.
Yeah.
That sounds so familiar. Papermate.
Kilometrico became Papermate. I think eventually.
Oh.
I don't think it was paper. Or maybe it was Papermate.
A little nostalgia.
Yeah, a bit of nostalgia. Sorry, folks. We're just getting
No,
wrapped up in
it's
all
called
this.
the Papermate
There you go,
Kilometrico
so,
pen.
okay, yeah.
Does it still look the same though?
There?
Kilometrical? One color or many colors?
The ones that you would chew on. Remember the pen cover that you would chew on?
Oh, I remember the Kilometrical pen being all blue. Now it's white and blue.
all blue.
Oh, it was all blue, right? Sabrina Carpenter, please, please, please. I love her.
I love Sabrina
Espresso,
Carpenter.
please, please, please. What's going to be next
Feather.
from Sabrina Carpenter? Oh, yeah, sorry, that's Feather as well.
Yeah, she's great.
Amazing. I hope she comes to Singapore. Oh, has she
She already has. She
Oh,
came.
yeah, that's
she
right.
was the opener for,
For Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all 6 days. So she quite a showstopper as well.
Really?
Yeah. Have you seen Sabrina Carpenter?
Showstopper, as in you're talking about her looks.
Yeah, everything. Her the way she performs, entertains, the way she dresses, everything.
I'm not superficial like
Sure
you guys.
you're not.
I
Yeah,
just
okay.
listen to their voices.
The talent is it? That's all.
What,
that's
Glenn?
right.
What's her name? Dua?
Jessie also? There's Jessie.
Well, what's her
there's
name, Glenn?
Dua Lipa.
Dua?
Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa.
There you go.
Okay. Anyway.
Sure.
Okay. Adrian, any last words before you go?
Well, weekends here, spend some time with your loved ones, with your cats, your dogs, your family, your hobbies, your expensive, overpriced pens.
Talking to you, FD.
I think so.
What lah on a Saturday, 2 hours sitting down there.
But it brings him joy. It sparks joy. So
Yeah,
That's what
good for
people
you.
in old age homes do.
Glenn.
Bloody hell.
Well, at least you know next time what else.
That's true.
You can continue to do that.
He's already found his hobby. I don't know what we keep talking to him about.
And have fun, everybody.
Okay. Thanks, Adrian. Thank you so much. And once again, if you want to get in touch with Adrian, you can do so info@careeragility.org. Coming up very soon, headline news and sports.